Welcome to my podcast, the JM Sports Factory podcast. This is episode 3. Yesterday, we talked about the NBA and we talked about the greatest player of all time. And that debate, someone in the comments debated against that, and I'm very, very willing to have debates with anyone who wants to in terms of why I think Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. But that is not today's topic. Before I get into today's topic, I want you to know I have a YouTube channel. It is JM Sports Factory, and I'm also going to put content that's not just audio, but video content on JM Sports Factory. So I would recommend that you subscribe to that channel and you follow this channel. And hey, if you want to be a guest, for sure, feel free to hit me up and DM me. I am very open to debates. I'm very open to going back and forth with sports. Now let me get into today's topic. Today's topic is about a football team. And that football team, is similar to NBA fans. They remind me of the NBA community because a lot of the NBA community has the craziest takes and they say the craziest things, right? And this fan base is called the Dallas Cowboys. And this is for my Cowboy fans, man. This episode is for my Cowboy fans. I have met maybe 2 or 3 Cowboy fans who are actually logical, who actually give me facts and tell me things, and we can have a good argument, a good debate. That's a better word. But a lot of you Cowboy fans are toxic, like you're like cockroaches. Because I remember I used to work in a job. I used to work for my school, Sam Houston State. I went there a couple years ago and I worked there for about a year. And there was a group of Cowboy fans and I called them the hyenas. And the reason why I called them the hyenas is because they would be so loud and just come. All 3 of them would argue with you at the same time, and they would be talking about absolutely nothing, right? And they would make their argument on we're America's team and no one's messing with us and this and that and all that crap, right? And I would listen to that and I'm like, you guys haven't won a championship in almost 30 years. Like you brag like you are the de facto team in terms of you're this and you're that, but you guys aren't successful. You guys lose in the postseason in the most hilarious of ways. So why are you coming to me? Now, me being a Texan fan back then, and when we had Deshaun Watson, they would make arguments on why they believe Dak was better than Deshaun Watson, or they make arguments on why they believe the Cowboys were better than that iteration of the Texans. And I remember one day, the Texans, we faced the Chiefs in the regular season, and the Cowboys, they faced the Jets. The Jets are a terrible team, and the Cowboys lost to the Jets. I'm watching it. My friend's a big Jets fan. Me and him are watching the game, and the Cowboys lose to the Jets, and we beat the Chiefs. And bro, I tell you, I went to work, and I saw them, and there was one guy. We blocked him in before he was trying to drive off. We blocked him in, so he couldn't go nowhere. And I went up to him, and for a good 10 to 15 minutes, I just roasted him to a crisp. Roasted him. You lost to the Jets. That's the iteration of what y'all are. And they came to me. It was like, bro. One of them said, bro, we gonna beat the Bills, man. We gonna beat the Bills. And then the Bills came in and had a fiasco. They had a feast on Thanksgiving. Killed the Cowboys. One said they were gonna beat the Eagles. And luckily it was Christmas when they beat the Eagles, because if it wasn't Christmas, because I wasn't able to roast them. By the time I had an opportunity to roast them again, because we had the Christmas break, the Texans were struggling in the postseason and lost to the Chiefs in one of the worst losses I have ever seen in my life. But that's the thing about Cowboy fans. They have this type of complex where they believe like everything revolves around them, and they have this thing where it's like every year, we're gonna win a championship. This year we're gonna do it. We're gonna win the championship. And there's nothing that you did in the off season that makes that like a thing. Like it's like you didn't sign anybody or do anything to make you say, yeah, we're gonna win a championship. Now, for the Cowboy fans think I'm hating on you, trust me, I do hate on you guys, but the thing is, at the same time, the NFL needs the Cowboys. They do. They really need the Dallas Cowboys. Because they are the reason why they're America's team, and the reason why it's Obviously the 5 championships before, but a big reason I'd say is because the entertainment they provide in terms of how funny they are or how much hate they get. Like a perfect Cowboy season for America goes like this. There are 17 games in the regular season. If the Cowboys win 11, was that 11-6? Decent team. They're a decent football team. They'll make the postseason. And say 11 wins, 10 of them were against subpar or average competition. No playoff teams, just average competition or bad teams. Right? Beat up on the division, play some bad teams, maybe beat one good team, right? And they have 6 losses, and a couple of them are to just stupid. They either to really good teams, or 1 or 2 of them to like a really terrible team. Like, how did they lose that game? It's funny because you're like, Cowboy fans are gonna be like, "Oh man, look at us, man. We're 3-0, we're 4-0, we're the best. We could do this, we could do that." All that crap, right? And it's gonna annoy you. And then they're gonna lose to a terrible team, and you're gonna start laughing at them. And it's that roller coaster, right? Then they'll get to the postseason, and when they get to the postseason, they're gonna face a pretty good team. And they're going to do something hilarious, like when they faced the 49ers and Dak ran in the middle of the field and slid with no timeouts and the clock ran out, right? They'll do something like that, and then Stephen A. Smith or Skip and Shannon, they're going to have these wonderful segments on it. It's going to get a ton of views, and it just goes from there. And then in a couple of days or weeks later, man, we going to the Super Bowl next year. I don't care what y'all say. That is just great. That's great content. That is content people get addicted to. That is great content. I can see why people come back for that. No other team can do that. No other team can do that and get the amount of press and get the amount of entertainment that the Cowboys get, right? If the Cowboys won 16 games or 17 games in the regular season, killing it, just dominated the competition, went to the postseason, just ran it, it wouldn't be fun. Cowboy fans are going to have a good time, but it wouldn't be fun. There'll be nothing it's like, y'all are winning all the time. We just feel we'll be hated. Well, no, we'll hate y'all. We're going to have hatred for you, but it's like, there's no entertainment with that. And if you suck, if you lose all your games, it's like, there's no entertainment with that either. But if you guys are just a middle of the pack or slightly good team, goes to the postseason and choke and fail, that is perfect content. That's what we want. Now, do I expect the Cowboys to do anything this year? I don't expect the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. Now, can they? Anything can happen. There's always such things as surprise teams, right? But like, I don't see it. I don't see them going to the NFC Championship. They haven't been to the Conference Championship game since 1995, right? And that's crazy to think. That's really crazy to think about, being America's team, right? But they haven't been there in a while, and I just don't see. The NFC isn't the AFC. The AFC, I believe, is a superior division. It used to, or conference, I mean. The NFC used to be superior, but now I believe it's the AFC. But, can the Cowboys, can they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Probably not. Can the Cowboys beat the Green Bay Packers? Probably not. Can they beat the, Super Bowl champion, Los Angeles Rams? Probably not. I don't think they could beat the Cardinals. The Cardinals are like kind of iffy. They started off hot and went down. I don't think they'll beat the Cardinals. My friend yesterday when we were talking, he compared the Cowboys to the Vikings. And they're a talented team. They have some really they're good studs. Micah Parsons, he's a superstar player in my opinion. Trayvon Diggs, he gets burnt a lot, but he gets a lot of interceptions. You make up for him, right? You make up for it with the interceptions. I'm not going to dive too deep on if he's this or if he's that. I just know, hey, he forces turnovers, and that's very valuable in football. So they have a team that has, talented players, right? And Dak Prescott isn't a bad quarterback. But, just like the Vikings, really good, talented team, it's just they don't have, you look at their roster and you just know they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do enough to win a Super Bowl, right? Now, if Cowboy fans, if y'all do end up, winning the Super Bowl, if y'all do end up winning the championship next year, you can come back to this podcast. You can come back or you just come back to me or DM me and tell me to shut up and tell me that I'm stupid. You can for sure do that because, yeah, you have the right to. But trust me, like, when y'all fail, when y'all are good, but then y'all end up failing at the end, it is just great for TV ratings. So for the Cowboy fans out there, I asked my friends yesterday, who are Cowboy fans what they expected of the season. What do you expect out of this season? If you're a Cowboy fan or if you're a Cowboy hater, in the comments below, tell me what do you expect out of the Dallas Cowboys. What is the record that you realistically think that you have? I don't know who y'all play. I don't know what divisions y'all play. But, your division's pretty terrible. The Washington Commanders. I believe they should have been the Red Tails, but, Washington Commanders, okay. Or the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts is kind of a question mark. And the Giants, Daniel Jones isn't the answer. And Saquon Barkley kind of lost relevancy. So, when your division, when you have a team that doesn't even have a football name for a while and then they end up with the Commanders, I feel like there could have been better names for them, for real, but they end up with a team like the Commanders. You don't expect the Commanders to win anything, right? So I'm just saying, the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, I don't know, and what's the freaking Giants? I just don't see it, man. Daniel Jones. So you should beat up on your division for sure, but do you want to just beat up on your division and win 11 games and lose in the first round like I see, like I expect? Or do y'all think that, hey, y'all gonna be a surprise team this year and y'all gonna win a Super Bowl, right? This is all for my Cowboy fans. Comment down below if you're a Cowboys hater. Comment down below if you're a Cowboys lover. There's no in between. But yeah, this is the third episode. This is for my Cowboy fans. That's what my name is. It's for my Cowboy fans. Like I said, I want y'all to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is JM Sports Factory. I'm going to make a Twitter so I can have some more. I have Twitter Spaces discussions. So if you want to for sure come on, hop on those so we can discuss about the NFL season or the NBA season and any takes. I'm going to just keep pumping out content. I'm going to try to pump out content pretty consistently. I may take some breaks, but they won't be very long. But yeah, leave a like, follow, and comment down below, and also check this out on my YouTube channel. Thank you for listening, and I do hope that y'all have a blessed Friday and a great weekend. Take care.